dispense with the microphone because I'm used to addressing sort of rowdy train drivers. So this is an interesting time, and the question that's been posed is, again, itself quite an interesting question. You know, how can the unions shift the Labour to the left? And you would say, well, that's an easy question, maybe a tough answer, but actually a bit of a tough question with an easy answer. But it's, what do we do? Because you'll see the noise, and so actually, and Claire's quite right when we talk about the sectarian, there's always that noise and there's a slight distraction about, oh, Labour sold us out, Labour took us to war in Iraq, oh, that's it, I can have nothing to do with Labour ever again. That is quite an arguable position, but that's New Labour. And you say, we've got rid of that orthodoxy and that consensus within Labour, have we? Well, I heard Ed Balls today, when he was asked by one of my colleagues from the TSSA, can we renationalise the railways? He said, oh no, we can't do that, it's going to cost billions. What he doesn't realise is what we could do is just take the franchises back, don't re-let them, cost us nothing. Network Rail is already not-for-profit, although technically a private company, it is just because mess that rail track was. But it is not-for-profit, readily we can take that back. So why are they doing it? 1996, I was at the Labour Party conference that put the policy in to renationalise the railways. We've reaffirmed it year after year after year. Why can't we do it? We've got the policies, and if you believe the press, the unions have got control of the conference because that's how the unions gifted, the union barons gifted the leadership to Ed Miliband. It's as if I turn up with a wheelbarrow with loads of votes in. So I'm going to give it to Ed. What they forget is all the PLP MPs that voted. What they also forget is all the normal members who voted. And what they don't say is that the affiliate, the associate members, the members of the trade unions and the socialist societies, you know, me being a trade union baron, gifting this to Ed, they all voted individually. And they all voted for Ed. So how do we make this change after I've said there's been no real change in the orthodoxy? We've still got the parties within the parties, such as Progress. How do we make that change? Well, the important bit is right, we've got a policy, we've demonstrated that, we've got control of the conference, apparently. So what do we do next? Well, it's quite simple. Parliament, the Parliamentary Labour Party is full of the Oxbridge graduates, it's got the professional politicians who PPE, get a job as a researcher, get a job as a SPAD for a minister, then suddenly they themselves are MPs. Where's the train drivers? Where's the miner? The only miner that's in Parliament at the moment is the scab that is now the Transport Secretary. That's going to make the next meeting with the Secretary of State for Transport interesting, from our point of view. But where's the normal working people? Where are they? How the unions can shift the Labour Party back is by we work to get our people selected to run as MPs, to be MPs. And the problem we face is a lot of the parliamentary part of the CLPs watch Newsnight and they go, oh, we need someone like that. Smart, educated, Oxbridge, clever, that's what MPs look like. Well, actually, I think some of our best and greatest MPs look like train drivers, look like miners, look like people who do a normal day's work, who've got a better idea of what's gone on in the world. They've got a better idea of what it is like to struggle with young children and not be able to pay the rent and have to rely on K's catalogue as the only way of getting something. And that's just, you know, some form of loan sharking in itself, those kind of catalogues, and ending up in that struggle. So how do we do it as a trade union? One of the important things that we've done, and we're starting to work together, and trade unions working together, heaven forbid. With Unite, with GMB, and actually start talking about backing serious working people candidates. Not your professionals, but people who've got life experience, people who know what they're about. Giving them the tools to do the job, giving them the confidence, giving them the training. You can bet your bottom dollar that the other side are, and when I say the other side, it's not like another factionalism within the Labour Party, it's that cadre of the professional politicians. They'll look after themselves. And we need to make sure that we look after our people. And that's why, as an organiser at ASLEF, we've said we've got 4 prospective candidates that we'd be seeking selection for. It was 2 men, 2 women, which from a union with a membership density of, female membership density of 4.2%, we come from a very male-dominated sector, this is, took some doing to find women prepared to do it, and then women who were also in the Labour Party, which was, I think, possibly the bigger challenge. It was, then we will support those. But when they have to go to the hustings meetings, when they have to go to the training meetings, they can't take leave loss of pay, they can't just, they've got a normal job, they don't have the flexibility of a parliamentary job. But we as a union will be paying to make sure that they can attend these, to make sure that they can take the fight there. That's the support that trade unions can do. If we're going to have representative people in Parliament, so that Parliament looks like this room and not the Oxbridge debating chambers, we're going to have to put the support in. We're going to have to actually stump up the cash. And that's how I see us shifting Labour. That's how I see us getting Labour back to where it should be, which is representing us. And that's the challenge I put to all the unions, but we've spotted it now, and we're working. The other thing is they've spotted it as well and are working against us. Because they're keen to continue with the propagation of their political class. I know it sounds quite dramatic putting it in those terms, but that's the battle we're facing. And if we are going to reclaim the Labour Party for all of us, we're going to have to put the graft in to support those candidates who represent us best. And that's it, really. Thank you.